Hello there, this is Lame Old Ben, or Benevolent Cytoquorum, Psycho85, whatever. One of my most popular short clips is from the movie Aliens, particularly the special edition, which has 2 clips of the sentry turrets. So I'm going to go and try to figure out some things, like, say, this guy says wasted 100 rounds testing the things out. Yeah, maybe so. It could be measured, though, and I'm going to try to do an estimate of it anyway, so far as I can. But yeah, it is a really good movie, and I like the special edition best, and whatever though. So yeah, here's the placement of the things, which I think is a little bit important. It's like, you have the service tunnel.
Well, there's a pressure door at this end.
And let's see here.
Couldn't we put one of the remote sentry units in the tunnel, and then seal that door?
Yeah,
and that's
work,
and that's the first one there.
That's right, so...
And it froze, of course, because I have a thing going in my computer's potato. But yeah, so the first one is the the service tunnel, which is the one that this is showing. I have another one that isn't as popular as this one that shows like the second event of that, but I have this within the mega cut here. But yeah, those 2 intersections. So they're repairing the barricades that the colonists of Acheron did here already, so they're fixing those.
The barricades at these 2 intersections.
Right.
And I'm gonna have to constantly stop and pause to make this transformative, so I won't get my channel nuked and all that sort, because this goes on for a bit. Like, let's see, yeah, 3 minutes, sort of. I can't make this into a short clip, so I'm just gonna go through all this. But yeah, there's the service tunnel, and they're repairing something here. I don't know if the actors were really given direction as to where they're supposed to point, but it's something like this. So yeah, here's the general layout though that they made. But
just
yeah,
here and here and here.
and this is their planning phase, so of course this is only in 2 dimensions, so they don't know there's a false roof from looking there. Of course they could have just looked up, but when you're focused monomania style on what you're doing in terms of these official document type things, that's going to lead to looking over things, overlooking things, whatever. So yeah,
only come at us from these 2 corridors.
if it were flat, Wrath of Khan style. So yeah, this is going to be a pain having to wait for it to unpause like that, or to pause. But yeah, so yeah, the other center turret's here and here, wherever he's pointing, which would lead to the other thing.
Here. Right?
Right.
That's handy.
All you need is a deck of cards. But here now, once it lets me pause, we'll show the routine test routine auto, and they're using some microphone hookups for that. But yeah.
Do your thing, baby. Come on, Vasquez. Let's get the hell out of here. Hudson here. Hey.
Alright, this is when they throw the things. So, it is possible to measure exactly how much time it takes for the firing to happen, except this is going to be too slow for the response time for me to actually get this here.
These sentries are in place and key.
Right. Stand by, arming now.
So let's see here, say,
Do it.
and
Okay, great. Let's get the hell out of here.
it's difficult,
Stay on the tunnel.
sorry. But yeah, there's the section, and it is not responding. My computer is way too slow to deal with that. But alright, here we have the timing, and I'm gonna have to manually step this back. So yeah, and of course it looks like Vasquez is throwing a gas can, which would be too heavy and whatever for anyone to throw, except she's a liquid metal robot from the future, and also Sarah Connor's stepmom. But yeah, from when she threw that and they started firing, I'm sure someone could actually look up what this plastic metal looking trash can like thing is and find the exact cost back in 1985 when this was filmed. But yeah, there we go. Starts firing around about well, they probably wait until the actors are done there. It should have started firing already, but now, okay, of course they'd have to have the actor. Did you know that Gail Hurd actually did the scene where Vasquez fires at the xenomorph at point blank range when she has her boot on it? So okay, here's where it should start firing, and you can count each shot if you really wanted to. But yeah, let's do like this. Here we go. And let's see here. So I don't know if we can actually count each side. Not everything is going to be displayed. So yeah, there's, okay, we missed one. And there's a blue flash from elsewhere. Okay, we missed some. Great. Let's go back and actually zoom in, because this is a joy of, if I actually cared to edit better, this would be how I'd need to do it more. But there we go. There's the first shot. Just looks like a firework, doesn't it? But yeah, here we go. And I can zoom out, bring this to the front. Alright, so here we go. Looking at this, and if I could actually pause it at the right times, that would be useful. But yeah, there's the first shot starting. And let's see.
Okay, guys, let's get the hell out of here.
Stop. Stop. Good grief. Okay, yes. This is where it stops firing. Come on. Come on. So there's that. Like, I don't know if they're actually firing from the MG42s, which is what these devices are, or if it's just, well, okay, yep, they're, it looks like they are. I know, like, the armor, I saw those in the special, not the special edition, it was collector's edition. There's actually a commentary and making of things. It's sometimes able to be found on Amazon, but anytime I bought it, I've given it to coworkers. So I need to get that again at some point. But yeah, they showed about, like, they picked it because it has the right kind of flash for it. But yeah, this looks to be the last shot then. So alright, 2,39. So 2,39, but let's see here. Watermark, or not watermark, or whatever that is, add marker. Not from, what's the thing called? 60, okay, yeah, this is in 60 segments. Alright. So, if we were to go by that, 39 divided by 60, so that'll make it into decimal seconds. So, plus 2, not times, plus. So, 2.65 seconds for firing. And then you have, this is what it was, the MG42 that was provided by Bapty & Co., the UK film armorer. So that's what this was here, and it's mistaken often for the Maxim MG08/15 because of the ammo drums. But yeah, that's it. So there's two different fire rates here. The 1100 to 1300 rounds per minute fire rate for that, or reduced to 800 to 950 rounds per minute. So rounds per minute is that. So okay, but yeah, 2.65, let's actually keep track of that, seconds. So if we go by the minimum, which is 800 rounds per second, and then times the amount of seconds, 2.65, that would be, times 800 there. Or wait, no, that's rounds per minute, sorry. Okay, yeah, rounds per minute, wrong math then. So it's 60, it's rounds per minute, and then times the amount of seconds per minute, yeah, or minutes per second. So 1 minute per 60 seconds, so that cancels out, of course. Oh my word. So yeah, so divided by 60 then. So 800 divided by 60, or you can do like that, yeah, and then times the 2.65, or you can, it's commutative, I think. So okay, then you get, alright, so times 800 and then divided by 60. So that would be for one of them equals 35.3 bar. 0.3 to infinity there. So, and sorry, I should have an equals there. So that would be rounds for just one firing. So, and then times 2, so 70 rounds. So yeah, all right. Doo said 100 rounds is within the limits. Well, I mean, you know, approximately if you round up to the nearest 100. Where are you? You said, who is this? So Chief 3 Alpha, congrats, you're close on the guess there. So yeah, they wasted, you know, times 2 for 2 of those at once, 70.6 bar. So that's for the lowest amount anyway. If it were the higher one though, it would be higher. But they probably, like in Terminator 2, they probably got the slower thing, so it actually isn't as dramatic. But let's, I don't know. The higher rate of fire is 1300 rounds, which would be how to melt the barrels pretty much. But yeah, if you go 13, oh my word, 1300 times 2.65 divided by 60, so that would be 57.416 bar, and then times 2 for both of them at once, yeah, 114.83 bar. So yeah, you get that. So it is within the range of highest to lowest fire rate, and it is possible to count every single flash. Well, I mean, they switch between this, just the fireworks display thing, and the firing of the blanks. So that's how that goes anyway so far. And then yeah, there's all that. Let's fast forward a little. It is kind of cool. This is where they seal the section of the tunnel thing there. So yeah, that's that anyway so far. And the flashing of the light. Now this is, I just, you know, jumped forward to the other thing when they're having the bugs show up to the service tunnel rather than just the test fire, which it's like they didn't replace the rounds. So they should have, you know, between 35 and 57 missing from each of them, unless somehow it's, yeah, that was a plot hole or a glitch or something, you know. But
What's going on? They're coming. Where?
it is
In the
Doom.
tunnel.
It is Doom in one way. And a lot of the comments were right about, I don't know if I can find one fast enough, but there would be a giant puddle there. Of course, in the service tunnel, that's like, I'm thinking either over the surface or buried under the surface. So nice, I respond and no one notices, and thanks for not upvoting, but whatever though. Some are better than others about that, and I get tired and upvote myself sometimes just because it's like, why don't you? But it's like, I know, an annoying thing. Oh, I didn't notice here. You said, makes sense during initial drop, however, Bishop calls back to hack his own plane instead of contact bridge or any. Okay. I'm not paying attention to that, but there's your like and heart thing to show I actually was the one that liked it. And okay, Google being Google drops comments. Oh yeah, that thing, right? Whatever. And this is annoying here. It's like I have to go to the YouTube thing here and actually, okay, let's turn off the audio. Yeah. But yeah, here is what I'd like for them to fix sometime, because this is frustrating, having to go to newest first for one, and then it allows me to translate. So let's find something to translate here, like here. I can't translate it here, but yeah, like, let's see, yeah, Fire movie. It is the most awesome movie ever. And, yeah, the other one I couldn't find. Where is this? Why haven't I seen this? Because it's a special edition. You saw they, oh, should have put them on single shot mode. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't notice your comment till just now, so sorry I didn't. It's just sometimes YouTube sucks because they don't give notifications. And yeah, that's that guy who replied to something else, but it's like, okay. And yeah, here's the one here who said, oh, so that's why. Okay, but I guess I upvoted it for that. Yeah, and this one, the coolest movie of this genre, absolutely. But yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, though, but yeah, they should have it where there's the auto translation thing on this comments thing, so I don't have to go through that and find it and then be like, okay, there's something worth upvoting versus what. But yeah. Oh, and let's see here. Whatever though. Let's go on back to this, and let's try to figure out the number of bugs doomed, because that is relevant to, like, you know, it's cool you have 500 rounds, but that's not 500 bugs. If it were single shot mode and they could target fast enough to actually get one before they get up to the turrets, then that would be cool. But auto mode sort of helps keep them at bay a little bit, and if the bugs weren't behaving like bugs, then it would be they'd have to actually hide more. But yep, okay.
Here we go.
Yes, there we go. It finally is able to catch up there a little bit. But let's see, I'm thinking each time that it fires, it's firing at one object, one bug. So here's where I'm starting this, and we could go by average fire rate or something, but it's probably not worth the effort with that. But yeah, each time it makes a drop in numbers, a burst, that's the amount of average free doom seeds per bug, pretty much. Or at least, like, well, it's one bug each time, so you'd have to average it out, like how many free doom seeds per bug by the total number of them. But yeah, maybe I could do that. But let's see here. So there's that. Alright, it seems to be, at least until they drop away from the screen, it went to 546, so that's 14 there anyway, so far as it shows it. So yeah, so yeah, 14 rounds there for the first one. Alright, and let's see if we can see here.
Here we go. A and B gun tracked and firing.
And that's
Multiple
too many.
targets.
Ah, crap, I didn't flatten it enough. Alrighty, fine. This is getting annoying.
Those ammo.
This is where it's like, I wish I could actually pause it faster, and I might need to load it up on this. Ah, the joy. Because that, it is actually faster to pause on shortcut, while it sort of stinks on this other one here. So yeah, let's get it opened on this one. Volume mega cut. Will it allow me to? It will.
Well, there's a pressure door at this end.
Alright, so there we go. So we can actually use this a little bit better to figure out where it is. And this, I do like how Shotcut has it where you can actually see the volumes. It's like not as cool as like Windows Media Player back in the day, but it's still fairly good. So yeah, not there yet. So what's going on? The Doom, that is what's happening. And then let's just do like this, remove that. So now we only have this left to go through. Alright, not as large of a screen per se because of all this other stuff taking it up, but yeah, here we go though.
Where? In the tunnel.
The Tunnel of Doom. So yeah, here's the start of this system. Alright, so there's the first burst.
Here we go. A and
Two.
B gun tracked and firing. Multiple targets.
3, maybe 4 or 5, 6,
Those ammo cans
7
go.
or more. Maybe 8 or 9,
B gun
10.
is down 50%.
It's difficult to tell, isn't it? Like if it were just one microphone system, you could go by the pulses more. But yeah.
Shooting gallery down there.
60 rounds left on B. 40. 20.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a little bit difficult to track like this. But yeah, somewhere around Alright, that one went with just a burst there from 365. Yeah, the ammo counters do go. So 365. Yep, exactly. 365 to something. To 240. Wow. Yep, that would be going. It's difficult.
50%.
Within the first 20 seconds of this firing. Alright, well, it's not a good thing to average like that. I'm sorry. Okay, well, if it's like 14 rounds per each, something like that, that's dumb. Nah. Alright, so either way, it's gonna be around 14 rounds for each, so 500 divided by 14 rounds. 35 of them, and they're each not doing independent firing, independent targeting, so say they doomed around 35. Now if they were dealing with all, if they were actually independently targeting, then 70. It was just going by that number anyway. Here's the other one after this though. But yeah. Okay, some of them, okay.
60 rounds left on B. 40.
Oh, one of the comment settings is like, why is he talking? They can read too. It's like, why wouldn't they want to focus on more than just reading the numbers? You know, one person focuses on that, the others look around and do other things, you know?
20.
But it's also a TI versus TE difference in cognitive functions, although usually Dwayne Hicks is typed as an ESTP somehow. His characters seem more like ISTJs to me. But either way, you know, like Kyle Reese and whatever.
10.
So 14 rounds there.
Defense drive, 20 on A. 10.
And, okay, and that went from 20 to 10, so it can be lower than that. So that would make 50. 10 to 500 divided by 10 is 50. But it's somewhere between 10 and 14 for average Freedom seeds per bug at least.
5.
And that one was 5 rounds. So that would be 100 then, if it were that low. But yeah, okay. This is where actually figuring on counting it would help. So onward to the next one. So yep. Oh, and this is after Bishop starts crawling to the to the relay to get the dropship, the second dropship down. And I had to flatten this, but yeah, they already started firing, so some of the rounds were already gone. So yep.
Unbelievable. 20 meters.
This is within the complex, after, like, around the barricades. And this is, some of the earlier comments were about, like, why weren't there monitors showing? This one is the clip. This is the second time that they dealt with them, and they do show the monitors. See, there's the monitors. The other one didn't show it, it just showed the screens, which is a nice dramatic effect. So this one's a little upgrade of that.
Lot.
It's like, yeah, you can see so much on those old 80s, not LCD, they're still CRT. Oh, what are they? You know, closed circuit, whatever.
Goes down 50%.
So yeah, here's one of these here, so we can go, come on. So 243 is where that starts. Okay, 243 to 220 at least. Yeah, that would be 23 rounds. So some. Okay, this one starts at 309, I guess, or something. Just barely visible there. That's there, 309. 8675. So 309 to... Come on. Where's it stop? 89. So that'd be about 20, right? Or wait, what? Is that right? And 99 would be 10. Okay, yeah. So that'd be 20 rounds from 309 to 289. So 20 rounds for that burst fire. So yep. And this is from Special Edition. I accidentally bumped the mouse. Yep, and here's them showing the bugs spraying acid. And this might be how they got into the other levels, because they spray their acid everywhere, but they repelled back. And of course, yes, I know, some of the comments were like, the bugs are showing themselves being stupid and not just rushing into the sentry turrets. And it's like, yeah, sort of. The ones that are stupid are the ones rushing forward, and of course they're having orders, so they're just following orders, like at Enemy at the Gates. Of course, at the start of Enemy at the Gates, you had not only the enemies' crew-served emplacements, but your own as well, for anyone declared deserters for going backwards, for not wanting to go into the friendly fire, or the other friend, or, you know, they're all doomed things, whatever. But yeah, the ones that hang back would probably be the smarter ones, letting the others go in front of them. Something like that. And very cool fireworks. Yep. So there's that anyway. So, okay, this started at... I should really keep track of it and average it. But so far we've had 5 as the lowest and 20 as the highest. And...
150 rounds on T. Come on.
Yeah, that went down by 49 rather quickly. But yeah, this is... Oh, and this is a very cool effect, showing the smoke going on the barrels. Let's actually rewind that just to see that. But yeah. I almost should make a short clip just from that, but yeah. Let's see how annoying YouTube is for my trying to make this content, which is more transformative. I'm talking over it and pausing it and all the things. But let's see if YouTube sucks. Or if it's wrong to say YouTube sucks, because YouTube sucks. And its umbrella company of Google also sucks. But whatever though. Yeah, I know the general principle of don't talk badly about your employers. How can you? How could you? How should you? It's like, well, they're not paying me anything, so they suck. But I get this is someone else's content, but I'm making my own thing about it. So somewhere between 5 and 20 generally. So yeah, down to 20 rounds, and that would be about it then. But that's 10 rounds apparently there. Critical, as everyone on YouTube is. 5 rounds. And there we go. So yeah, there we go. Somewhere between 14 at somewhere average around that, say 5 at lowest, and you have that like that anyway. So if you have 5 going into 1,000, if it were independently targeting, so oh crap, it should be, dang it, why am I being stupid? If it were being independently targeting and just using 5 rounds per bug, that could be all 200 or so. Like, I did a calculation thing of how many bugs there were. So if it were like that, it's that. But of course, they're not independently targeting. So divide by 2 for that. So rough average 100, they could do them like that, leaving the nest mostly empty for when Ripley goes back. But if it were 20 rounds, and counted as 500 each. Well, let's do 1,000 still, just to say that, since I did it first like that. So if it were 20 rounds each, then you'd be doing only 50 bugs. And if it were, you know, both guns not independently targeting in the video game or in the movie, fictional of course we're talking about, so 25 there. So 25 to 100 doomed, basically, is how that would go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I don't know if there's anything else I should reply. UA571, I don't know. Sorry for anyone that I haven't upvoted and all that other stuff and responded to. But yeah, and I wish YouTube would just let me have the auto translation. I don't know enough Russian so to translate it otherwise. There's Polish too. Scene, the scene something. I don't know any of that really. Logic. Yeah, I don't know, something. But yeah, anyway, I have to go here, and I showed the method already. But yeah, anyway, so 25 to 100 doomed by the turrets, leaving the hive empty for when Ripley went back. And there were like 157 colonists plus the Marines that got captured for a day after that. That's how long it takes for the bugs to do their thing. But yeah, so like maybe 160 at most, something like that, for how many bugs there were. So still a bit, and then all the ones doomed in the final firefight. But yeah, that's how that works out. Full auto sucks. There's a commentary on the Vietnam conflict there, because it was a zillion rounds per doom type thing for that as well. That's how that goes. That's the theme of the thing. Anyway, so gonna call it here. Take care everyone, and try to not go crazy.